What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Way Back Wednesday, and today we're gonna have a fun deck playing. I think Lanturn Yanmega Zekrom, but as a lot of people call it, it'd be Team Thunderfish. Now, this deck was played at Worlds in 2011, piloted by Yamato and I think Chris followed up and some other people as well. I'm not 100% sure who all played it. I know for sure Yamato did play it. But let's go over this deck and let's see what's it about. It was like a direct counter to the metagame. Unfortunately, Yamato did not do so hot, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. But we know Yanmega. Yanmega has the insight. If you have the same number of cards as your opponent, your attacks cost 0 damage. So you can do Lean Attack 40, and you can do it to any Pokemon to play, or Sonic Boom for 70, which isn't affected by weakness or resistance, which is a key thing to note because you'll see why in the video, because I'm silly. I'm very silly. Just realize this. So if you watch this now, later on you'll be like, Squeaky, you're dumb. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Just realize something. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about later on in the video. I just now remember it's not affected by weakness or resistance. And I apologize for that. But you'll see what I'm talking about later on. Alright, so Yanma with the free flight, if it has no energies attached to this guy, he has free retreat. And die for 20. We don't care about that. We're not attaching energies to Yanma. But our main attacker is going to be Yanmega. One of our main attackers is going to be Yanmega. Now our second main attacker is going to be Lanturn. And Lanturn has a Poké Power that we really have never seen. I don't think I've seen it before that much. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may use this power. Lanturn's type is now water until the end of your turn. This power can't be used if Lanturn is affected by a special condition. So you can make Lanturn a water type, which is fantastic. It does heat weakness on, Reshiram, which was one of the biggest stacks then. So you can just like one-shot them pretty easily, and they might struggle to one-shot you and stuff like that. And it's a really cool thing. Powerful Spark does 40, and then 10 more damage for each energy attached to all your Pokemon. So you could put a bunch of energies in play, and Powerful Spark to hit some crucial, like, big numbers as well, which is fantastic. So that's going to be your main two attackers. You have Pachirisu for the self-generation. When you put Pachirisu from your hand onto your bench, you may attach up to 2 lightning cards from your hand to Pachirisu, which is great. Just helps you accelerate energies onto your field, which makes Lanturn's attack stronger. And you have Shaymin as well with the Celebration Wind. When you put this from your hand onto the bench, you can move your energies any way you want to around on the field, which is fantastic. It does help you get set up. One Cleffa for the Eek, shuffle your hand, then draw 6 cards. Cleffa is now asleep. And the sleep flip is all like really crucial because as a Pokebody saying if Cleffa is asleep, prevent all damage done to Cleffa by attack. So Cleffa could be tanking for a little while and not being knocked out, which is fantastic. And they did play 2 Zekrom, which is very cool. Like Outrage, they don't knock you out. You can just hit them back for a ton of damage. And Bolt Strike for 120. It does 40 damage to itself. And that's going to be all of our Pokemon. It is 70 Pokemon. It is a lot, but it does work out fairly well. 2 Defender, which is something we don't really see like ever in Pokemon. Attach a Defender to one of your Pokemon, discard this card at the end of your opponent's next turn. Any damage done to the Pokemon Defender is attached to by attacks is reduced by 20. Alright, so you can just negate 20 damage, which is great. I'm not sure the numbers on it. I know it does make it harder for like a Reshiram to one-shot a Zekrom if it is fresh, because Bolt Strike, I can't remember exactly what Reshiram's attack. Blue Flare does 120, but with the PlusPower does 130. But now with the Defender, they do 110. So then you can outrage back for a knockout. So it makes some weird things for sure. You can maybe make it where they do minus 40. And then you play Junk Arm, you can use more Defenders or PlusPower to do additional 10 damage. I personally would not play Defender. I would just cut those 2 for 4 Junk Arm. Seems a little bit better to me. I personally like that more than the 2 Defender because your opponent's going to see the Defender play really, I don't know, they can like play around it maybe. But yeah, I mean, obviously Yamato wanted to play it, so he did play it in his list. But PlusPower, you do additional 10 damage. You have the Communication for Reversal. Flip a coin of heads. Choose one of your Pokemon off the bench, one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. 3 Copycat, shuffle, draw a number of cards equal to number of cards in your opponent's hand, which does work well with the Insight. Judge, same thing, both players shuffle, draw 4. Or Collector, which is our main, like, we want to start Collector to search for 3 base Pokemon, and this is going to help us get set up like ASAP. 4 Juniper, discard, draw 7. The same thing we know nowadays. 3 Oak, shuffle, draw 6. Of course, this is the reason why I do not like Shauna, because Professor Oaks should just have gotten a reprint, but sadly did not. 4 DC, which works well with Lanturn because it does need a lightning and a DC. And for Zekrom, it does need 2 energies as well. And 8 lightning to partner with, obviously, Zekrom and Lanturn. Now, this deck was a really cool idea. Like, Yanmega has resistance to fighting and stuff like that. Reshiram can be destroyed by a Lanturn. You can use a Lanturn to destroy other Yanmega decks. Donphin, yeah, Yanmega. So, like, it can counter pretty much everything. And I just wonder what happened to Yamato. Like, why did he not make it through Swiss? Not 100% sure. But guys, there we go. There's Team Thunderfish, if I remember correctly. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Once again, I do apologize about Yanmega Prime. I forgot about Sonic Boom, and you'll see what I'll talk about in the video. Hope you have a great day, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, so putting against Maple TCG, playing a colorless, steel, grass, and a dark deck. I'm not sure what this is. Alright, so tells we lost a coin flip. We'll be going second. But maybe we'll get to use that turn 1 Cleffa attack. That's pretty much all we can use turn 1. Maybe Zekrom if we get really lucky with like Pachirisu, Cleffa, not Pachirisu, Shaymin 2 lightnings in our hand. But I really don't want to use that ASAP. But if it does happen, hey, we'll do it if needed. But then choosing who goes first. Maple TCG. Every time I think of Maple, I always think of Maple Story. Don't know if y'all ever played that or not. RuneScape. Oh man, it always comes back to RuneScape. But sorry. We're just waiting who goes first. I mean, it's some kind of grass. Oh, it's Weavile. That's what we're playing against. Weavile versus Yanmega Lanturn. Alright, so on to our opponent's turn. This is actually gonna be a bad matchup because I don't know how we're gonna one-shot these things. We're gonna press done. Gonna get a new hand of 7. Yeah, the executes are the grass, dark as Weavile, and so forth and so forth. Alright, so they're gonna choose direct Pokemon. We'll press done. I guess maybe get lucky with reversals. Maybe try to one-shot them with Zekrom. They're gonna take this out pretty easily. Like, discard 4 eggs and warm Pokemon. It's a knockout, so unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. Looks like they... I don't know, they're deciding a lot what to do with their hand, which could be good, could be bad. It depends on what's on there. We also have defenders as well, which could make it... No, I don't think it changes. I don't think it changes anything in the Legacy format. Once again, I just wish there was a way to play 2011 decks online. We're press done. You're going to get a new hand of 7. And let's see. Alright, so we get Yanma, a Collector. We do have free retreat, so we can get a Cleffa out if we want to go that route, which seems fine. But the unfortunate thing is Weavile does have 90 HP, so we can't even one-shot it. We have to two-shot it with the Yanmega, because it only does 70. Alright, but we'll see. Guys, we can't give up, though. We have reversals. Maybe we'll get lucky on those. Maybe put down Pokemon that we could knock out. Maybe they'll put down Jirachis. We could snipe those or something. We can use Lanturn. Maybe take some knockouts, but there isn't. Oh, they did start Execute, which is great. There's a Love Ball. And we're not going to knock this thing out. We're going to just snipe around it if we can. There's another egg going to their hand. I imagine we'll see an Ultra Ball discarding the egg and something else. There's a laser. The tails were not asleep. Okay. An Ultra Ball discarding an egg and a egg. They started with 3 executes. Oh my goodness. Alright, so discard double eggs for Sneasel, which has 70 HP. Alright, so Sneasel going down. Dark Claw going to Sneasel. Oak going to shuffle their hands to that. Get 6 new cards. And do they find a laser? Do they find something else? Another Sneasel coming down. Dark to the Sneasel and poison for 10. Alright, so on to our turn. We get a DC Sword Collector. And with the Collector, we are to grab a Yanma, Chinchou, and a Cleffa. Alright, so we got these 3. We'll put down the Yanma, Chinchou, DCE, Cleffa, retreat into the Cleffa, and we'll go for get a new hand of 6, and maybe we'll stay asleep so that we their Weavile Sneasel does not take a knockout. So let's see, what do we get? There's a Yanmega, Oak, Pachirisu. Alright, in hands we do wake up, unfortunately, but on to our opponent's turn to see what is going to happen. Now we do have the Yanmega. Like I said, it only does 70, so it's not taking a knockout on a Weavile. It does have 90 HP, but maybe we'll get a reversal, bring up the Sneasel. But we can also... Okay, Dark Energy active. We'll see retreat. He can't attack this turn though. There's a Sableye coming down, okay. And Fury Swipes. Oh no, he does take a knockout. Oh my gosh, he does 50 damage. He knocks out a Cleffa, going down to 5 cards. Oh my goodness. So instead of Yanma, that is very unfortunate. On to our turn. What do we find? We find a Light Energy. We'll put a Yanmega down. Can we play our hand down to 4? We get Collector and then Lightning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if you have the same number of cards, so yeah, if we do that, we'll have 4. So we'll Collector, and with Collector, we'll grab a Chinchou and a Zekrom, maybe? Yeah, we'll grab these two. Just these two is fine. Okay. So, we'll put down the Chinchou, put down the Zekrom, Lightning the Chinchou, retreat, and we'll go for Sonic Boom for 70 damage. Alright, so Sonic Boom for 70, and do they have a Weavile? Do they have a... Oh, we actually do take a knockout. Sorry, we do 70, knock it out. He doesn't have a Weavile yet, so Zekrom coming down. That's great, great. No Weavile yet. I just remembered that. So their opponent's turn, they're going to sit at the Sneasel, which is very confusing. You would think they'll sit up the Sableye, and we win the game. My opponent has a bad hand. We did it. Oh, we did it, guys. We took them down. I mean, my opponent just had a bad hand, but we'll take that. I mean, why did they not play it out? That's the question. But hey, we'll take that win for sure. But we'll see. I mean, we did do turn 270, which is fantastic. And that's what you want to do. We had the Chinchou ready to go. We were to maybe Judge, Juniper, whatever we needed to. Fantastic. I mean, probably Juniper, most likely. I don't know. That's a weird hand for sure. I guess it would depend on what we top deck. But we'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully, we'll get another victory and take down another deck. That was pretty amazing. But we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so we're going to get a Major Armstrong playing a water and a grass deck. Alrighty. So let's see, can we get another victory or not? I know last game my opponent conceded, but he was just too scared of Team Thunderfish. But let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully we'll be able to go first. And we did win the coin flip, which is fantastic. Yes, I would like to go first. And maybe we'll get that turn to attack off. And we start Cleffa. Now, Cleffa would not be so bad if this is 2011 because we could attack on our first turn, but unfortunately, we cannot. Alright, so Water, Superior. It's a Blastoise deck. Alright, so that's good for us. I know Keldeo has, it's really hard for us to knock out, but we can knock out the Blastoise really easily. We can do 140 to those, which is great. Okay. Alright, so 3 mulligans as well. Okay, so we'll take these. We'll take these mulligan draws all day to try to get it set up and start with with the Collector. And there is Blastoise right there. He does have 140 HP, but once that Keldeo does have 3 energies on it, it's gonna be pretty easy for him to knock out our Yanmegas. Yes, we'll draw off these 4 mulligans and 4. Alright, and we do start a Collector. Alright, and a Pachirisu as well, and a Keldeo. Alright, so put down Yanma. We will Collector. For a Yanma, we could go turn. Oh man, did we go crazy this turn? I mean, we actually don't have enough bench spaces if we want to do that. I'm gonna grab these 3 right now. I know we go for the Pachirisu play. I think we'll still go for Pachirisu for sure. Trying to figure out the best way to go. 40 plus 10 for each energy attached to all your Pokemon. I think right now I'm gonna go for 2 Yanmas and I think we'll go for these guys. Put down the Yanma, put down the Pachirisu, attach 2 Lightnings. Okay. We'll put down Chinchou, Lightning, the Chinchou, and we will pass on to our opponent's turn. Or do we put down Zekrom? We'll put down Zekrom. He can maybe take a hit and then use Outrage later on, so that seems fine. He'll put down Zekrom, and then we'll press done onto our opponent's turn. Next turn, we have the Yanmega. We could go for the Sonic Boom, do 140 to the active Keldeo. Floatstone to the active, okay. Water Energy. Now we can hit for 140, and then we can Sniper 40 to take a knockout. There's a Juniper. Discard his hand. Discards an Execute, Wartortle, and a Blastoise. Squirtle will come down onto the field. We do have the reversal. If we hit it heads, we can bring up that Squirtle and take a knockout. But looks like they will have another Ultra Ball to get a second Squirtle into play because they did pick up 1. So I imagine they have some kind of Ultra Ball in their hand. There's an Ultra Ball, probably grabbing it. Hopefully they grab Keldeo. But let's see, what do they decide to get? And it's a Blastoise If we flip heads on reversal, we could knock out the Squirtle and a pass onto our turn. Let's see. We'll go for a reversal. Come on, heads, and it's a heads. We'll bring up the Squirtle, put down the Yanmega. We'll go for a Copycat, getting 5 new cards, and we will take a knockout this turn. Alright, so 5 new cards come in our hand. We will retreat into the Yanmega, and we will Sonic Boom for the knockout, dude. 140. If my opponent concedes the game, realizing, oh my goodness, turn 2 opponent conceded. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I think we would have won that game either way. Like, just would have done 140 next turn to the Keldeo, and would have been good to go. We actually would have done. Actually, we could have maybe knocked out the Keldeo one hit. We could have done 70 with the +power 80. Juniper tried to hit the Junk Arm to play our hand down and maybe take a knockout. No, 3, 4, 5. No, we wouldn't have been able to do it. We'd have to hit the second +power or something. But there we go, guys. We'll see one more game with the deck here in a second. And will our opponents... I know everybody's fearing the Team Thunderfish, but we'll see what happens in the next game. Hopefully it actually plays out, so we'll see what happens. Alright, guys, they're putting a Stream Bomber playing... I think it was Rayquaza Eels is what it looked like to me. Tell us we'll be going second. Now, this is going to be a harder matchup for sure. I think, yeah, it's going to be a harder matchup. Okay, so we get a Mulligan. And yeah, it's Rayquaza Eels. Rayquaza is going to be hard to knock out. We have to, like, 3-shot it. So we do... Oh, and this hand's bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. I am scared. I'm scared. We have a bad hand as well. So we start Yanma. We do have a Mulligan right now, which is fantastic. So we'll press done. We'll take number 2. Oh, man. How do we take down this deck? I mean, maybe snipe the Eels before they evolve. There's a Raikou. We'll wait till Lightning. Help me. Alright, so Love Ball. Gonna get out a Dynamo, which we could snipe 40, but we can't attack on the first turn. So Dynamo coming down. Glowstone to the Dynamo, and a Juniper discard in their hand. Draw 7 new cards. Discards 2 Lightnings, an in, and a Juniper. They could have maybe played in to give us a better hand. We see another Love Ball for a Dynamo, and things are looking bad from the start. Alright, another Dynamo hit the field. A Victini as well. Another Victini, so we have to deal with these non-EX 100 damaging Pokemon. Oh no. On to our turn, we get an Oak. Alright, so we're gonna play a Defender? I mean, 100 doesn't help us any. We'll just play the Defender so it's out of our hand, and we will Oak get a new hand of 6. Where did our Defender go? You can't even see it. It just disappeared. Oh no. Defender, save us. Somebody save us. You can't even... Wait, how can you tell it had his Defender on it? Oh, it's right there. Why does it not show up as a tool card? What? Okay, alright. So this is one of the downsides of the deck. As right now, we didn't start a Collector. We have 3 Lightnings and a DC and a +power. Alright, so an Oak gonna show up their hands to deck. Do they find a Fire Energy and an Eel Electric? If they do, they can V-create for a knockout. There's the Electric. Do they find a Fire Energy? Oh, Lightning to the active. Junk Arm. Wait, is Defender before or after Weakness? After. 6, 5, 4. We're still alive. Don't you worry, guys. We're still alive. Defender will save us for a turn. Alright, so an Eel coming down. Alright, so we're still alive. Don't you worry. Alright, so Dynamotor onto a Victini, maybe? Okay. A Dynamo. He could have, like, double Dynamo to a Neo Electric and took a knockout that way. Alright, so Lightning to Victini and a Thunderfang. Not knocking us out, but we are paralyzed. Alright, what do we top deck? A Yanmega. This is not good, guys. Cause next turn he can do 60 and knock us. Wait, doesn't knock us out yet. He needs a Light Energy to Volt for the knockout. Alright, so draws a card. Oh, and there's the... Oh, no. Alright, but you know, we saw the 2 games where he set up. But I think this is a good game as well to show with the deck. I mean, sometimes you just get... Like, this is just overall. Like, you can get bad hands. We had a bunch of Collectors. We had a bunch of Oaks. We had Junipers. We had everything in our deck. We just unfortunately did not draw them. And I think it's a good thing to show. Like, even though Like we saw 2 games, this deck was just set up. We're good, doing good. Turn 2, we're doing a ton of damage. We're ready to go. But sometimes it doesn't matter what deck you're playing. You can draw bad and you just lose. Like it just happens. Like game 1, when we played against the Weavile deck, my opponent just didn't get set up. You probably had a really consistent deck, but just didn't hit anything. And I think it's an important thing to note about Pokemon is sometimes you can run real hard. You're like, my deck's so good. We're winning. We're 5-0, whatever. And then you just hit a wall and you lose, and it's not a time to give up. You just want to keep playing. Like right now, we can keep playing, keep going, show the deck off more and more. But currently, I am low on time, and I just had time to play these 3 games really quick to show off this deck just a little bit. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I do apologize. These videos past 2 weeks have been really short, but at my work, we're staying to like really late because it's inventory time at my work, so I don't have enough time to go home, record games, get up. Like I'm getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, going to work at like 5:30, and then leaving work at like 6:30 or 7 every day because we're doing inventory right now at my warehouse. So that's a really big thing right now. So it's eating up a lot of time. But hopefully by the end of this week, times will be free to do a bunch of new stuff, have longer and better videos for sure. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.